All right, we're going to talk about zero preload on shocks and some of the adjusters and what they do. So when you get your shocks back, you know, you can kind of have an idea on setup. So zero preload, when we say zero preload, it means this spring here that has this retainer on it basically just holds it on so your bottom retainer won't come out. We call that zero preload, which is right about there. Now, if you're going to put in a couple turns of preload to get your ride height up or whatever you want to do, we don't want to have you more than 4 or 5 turns of preload because you'll get too much load on the spring and it'll cause it to kick and the big loops and stuff. So once you have your zero preload set, if you need to add preload to the shock, you just basically just make a mark on your collar, and then you're going to spin your collar around the whole way, and then we would consider that 1 turn of preload. You set your preload, get your ride height set up, and then make sure you take your preload collar back down. You can use a punch or a hammer or chisel. We don't like to do that, try to mark them up. We got spanner wrenches, and you just can basically tighten those up so they hold that spring on. Now, this is a YFZR 450 rear shock that has our black anodized process revalved, resprung on it. The black anodizing helps keep the heat down and stuff. This is one that's been converted that we're showing you on here. The bottom here is the rebound, and this is pretty much like this for most model shocks, but all the way counterclockwise is all the way soft or all the way fast on your rebound. Then once you go clockwise, it'll stiffen it up or slow the rebound down. So you want to put that somewhere in the middle to get a good starting point. We try to set your rebound here if they're being set up at the shop. Then up top on this shock, we have a low speed compression adjuster and a high speed compression adjuster. The low speed is the middle one here, and your high speed's on your outside. So you can kind of play around with those to where you get a good feeling. Most of the times we like to run them open or close to open. It keeps the oil cooler. If you have to run your compression adjusters all the way in to get them stiff enough for you, they really need to be revalved because it'll heat the oil too much. We don't really like to run these more than about 75% closed. If any more tips, you can go to bnrmotorsports.com, check out all our stuff. Hopefully that video will help you out with some basic setup.